Yes, people, welcome back to the Michael Talks Football channel. Another live stream today, and it is the first stream about the Champions League on the channel. We always love the Champions League, and this is where the money is made for a lot of these clubs. It is everything for especially Bodo Glimt, Dinamo Zagreb, Rangers trying to make it back, PSV trying to make it back to the Champions League. I got a guest on the channel tonight. He is very, I would say, an expert on these minnows of European football. Steve McCullough, how are you doing ahead of the big playoff round in the Champions League?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I'm really excited. It's been super intriguing, and I definitely suggest people next year, if you haven't followed from the first qualifying round onwards, it's really exciting stuff. So you learn a lot about those teams like Bodo Glimt or Zalgiris, who had a really good run.
Yep.
They'll be playing in Europe. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. What's actually been the most intriguing story for you so far? It can be either Conference League, Europa League, or Champions League. Which one's been the most intriguing?
It's so hard to narrow it down to one. I mean, what Hamrun Spartans have done from Malta pops out at me because that's such a tiny league. They,
Also Vaduz from Liechtenstein.
Vaduz from the second division of Swiss football. They crushed Konyaspor. Unbelievable result, that one. So I would say my favorite one, though, is probably the Bodo Glimt one, because this team was a second division Norwegian side 3 years ago, and they've crushed Roma, Alkmaar. And now they've got Dinamo Zagreb. So it's a very, very intriguing rise up from complete obscurity. So
it is. Yeah, I've been following Bodo for many years now, because when they won the Norwegian title, I was like, who the heck is this club? Because usually it's Rosenborg or Molde or one of these clubs. Yeah. But then Bodo Glimt come out of nowhere. But we're going to discuss about that. Yeah. We're going to discuss all 6 ties. Maybe we'll even discuss maybe Europa League and Conference League if we have time after this, because we got to give a shout out to them. We're not going to go in-depth analysis. This is where the money is made. The Champions League, guys. This is where we hear the champions. But big up to everybody. Big up to Sebastian. Big up to Rohan, an Psv Copenhagen fan. Big up to 80, a Maccabi Haifa fan in the house. We got all clubs here. Daisy, how are you doing? Matt, Albert, Nicola. What anybody else need to shout out? Mo, how you doing, Mo? The champion, Sinlers, a PSV fan. We're all here. Hans Verse, Musiala is a baller. Yes, we all know that. And Theodore says Chelsea were robbed of 3 points. Well, yeah, Anthony Taylor. I'm not going to talk about Chelsea, guys. We can talk about that in another stream. But, yeah, that was a crazy game.
Premier League refs being crap. Wow. What a surprise.
Not a surprise whatsoever. Wow. Okay, so it is the Champions. So it's only right that we start with the first matchup. I'm trying to upload my file that I made for us so we can have a wonderful presentation. As you know, we all love presentation as kids, but now this is a better presentation. All right, Steve, the first matchup, Qarabag, obviously Azerbaijani champions. I've gone through, I would say, a difficult route, going up against Zurich, who are no joke. Obviously, Zurich are not the same from last season. Their manager left them.
Plzen from Poland too.
And then obviously they beat Ferencvaros, which was, I think, I was surprised they went away to Ferencvaros and won 3-1, even though I would say Ferencvaros were the better team. And then we have Viktoria Plzen that have gone through not the hardest route. Obviously, they beat Sheriff Tiraspol. They beat my team, Hoiko. They destroyed Hoiko. It wasn't even a contest. This one, I would say, is very difficult to call. 50-50 sort of matchup. What's your initial thoughts on this game?
Well, to be honest, I'm going to take Qarabag because I've been taking them from the first round onwards. I think I only picked against them against Ferencvaros. So I'm going to go Qarabag. They're really, they've only been in the Champions League once. It was 2018-19 in that group with Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, and I forget the last one. But
I can't remember either.
They did very well for themselves. And last year, also, they lost to Marseille, obviously in the Europa Conference League quarterfinal, I believe.
Yeah,
so
quarters.
They're making some. They're progressing very well. So I'm gonna go Qarabag for this because I've only picked against them once, but they've been very good at home, and they got the away result at Ferencvaros. So I'm gonna go Qarabag, to be honest. Okay. Guys like Kadi have been scoring, and they've got a few other really good Azerbaijani internationals there. So I don't really know what the betting lines or the favorites are, but I would suspect maybe Plzen would be the slight favorite. Yeah. But I'm gonna go Qarabag because they've just been very good this campaign. So I'm gonna take them, to be honest.
Interesting, because I'm actually kind of leaning towards Viktoria Plzen. That's my prediction for this. I mean, Qarabag are a good team. I feel like defensively they aren't the strongest, and that's the one thing Viktoria Plzen are. They have a fantastic goalkeeper. A lot of
clean sheets. Yeah.
This guy Stanek is a great goalkeeper. I think he's played a couple times for the Czech national team. He is a really, really good goalkeeper, and they're gonna be a very physical team as they usually are. And this winger that they had was Mosquera, the Colombian winger. He was a tricky winger to deal with for Hoiko and obviously Sheriff Tiraspol. So I'm kind of leaning towards Viktoria Plzen. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this tie, to be honest. And obviously Qarabag, they have that one striker who's on loan, I want to say, or they just picked him up, Waji, he's been on fire for them ever since they picked him up. Yeah. But that's the one thing. If Viktoria Plzen can keep Waji quiet, they can win this tie. I think they'll win this tie, but it's not going to be, I think, the most prettiest of matches,
close.
Shall we say.
Every goal is going to count for something. Maybe under 4 goals over the 2 games. But yeah, I would say I'm going to go 2-1 Plzen. I think it'll be a 1-0 Qarabag at home and 1-1 in the Czech Republic. I think they can do that. I don't think that's very
no, of course. And they went away to Ferencvaros, which, as many people know, Ferencvaros is a difficult place to go away to and win a game.
And they looked really good, but Qarabag just turned up. Yeah, no, it's a tricky one, but I'm gonna go Qarabag.
Okay. Yeah. At least we have a different of opinions, but I've seen this Viktoria Plzen. I mean, I saw the highlights of the Qarabag and Ferencvaros game, and I just feel like Viktoria Plzen can stifle them basically in the midfield and defensively. Right. I think that Stanek is just a great goalkeeper. I think he can keep Waji quiet. If that happens, if they can't keep Waji quiet, there's no chance. I think Qarabag are the better team, but. Yeah, guys, let me know your predictions in the chat. I think we have a lot of different ones, or actually, no, we don't. Let's see here. No, maybe we'll see about that. Great weekend. I think Qarabag will qualify. Viktoria Plzen, they have a decent players. I like Qarabag's Conference League run last year. Qarabag win. 50-50 match. I'm saying Qarabag. Everybody going Qarabag. Viktoria Plzen have not been in the UCL in the last couple of years. They used to be quite regulars. Yeah, I remember they used to be. And it would be good to see them once again. I'm going for Viktoria Plzen. They literally beat the best team in the world last week. Sheriff Tiraspol. Qarabag to qualify. Qarabag is going through. Okay. Anthony Taylor. Plzen was a bit lucky against Sheriff. Qarabag have some really good players. 50-50 match. It will be extra time or penalties, but Qarabag will go through. It's a 50-50 match. And I'll also go with Plzen to advance. All right. Now this is a different one. This is a difficult one, Steve. I don't know how good Crvena Zvezda are. I know, they're always going to be a very tough team. But if I look at Maccabi Haifa, I look at this team, I'm like, they got some goal scorers.
Yeah. Cherry. Chadi's been a real standout for them. Had great games against Olympiacos. Goddamn. And then they have that kid, Franci Pero, also there that they got from Guingamp in France. This is so tough. I'm going to go Crvena Zvezda. I just think they've got a little bit too much quality, but you know what? This is so 50-50, to be honest, because Maccabi Haifa just they play their game and they do it. You know, they beat Olympiacos 4-0 away. I mean, it was unbelievable. So Crvena Zvezda definitely do have to look out. But if I'm not mistaken, the first leg is in Israel, and then the second leg is in Serbia. Which didn't help out Olympiacos. But
no, they got destroyed.
Yeah, it didn't help them out there. But I think Crvena Zvezda, I'm gonna go with them just because the second leg is at home. I think that's whenever I'm deciding a tie.
And especially in that atmosphere.
Especially. So I think I'm going to go with Crvena Zvezda. They've got Katai.
Bavkov, the striker.
Bavkov,
great striker.
Yep.
There's a midfield they have called Kangwa. There's a midfielder they have Kangwa. He's fantastic too.
Yeah, no, they've got some really good players. And then they have a former Bundesliga center back. He's Austrian. I'm trying to think of his name.
Austrian.
He used to play at Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh,
Dragovic, yes. They also have him in defense. So I'm gonna go with them. Probably if I had to pick, I'm gonna go 5-4. I think there could be a lot.
You think there's gonna be that many goals? Really?
Yeah, because Crvena Zvezda likes scoring goals for fun at home, and Maccabi Haifa can do that too. So I think, and to be honest, both these teams can, they can play. They can play a defensive game. They're very, very strong, well-rounded sides. So if it's going to be a gunfight, it don't matter. If it's going to be a defensive slugfest, they're very adaptable teams. But I'm gonna go with Crvena Zvezda.
That is a good point. Like both of these teams have like good strikers up top with Pavkov and Pierrot.
Yeah.
So that like they can both goal scorers, but damn, 5-4 in aggregate. I was thinking this might be one of the lowest scoring ties throughout these 6 matches, in my opinion. Because obviously Crvena Zvezda, that home crowd, and they always got quality. And when you have Pavkov, that striker, he's a good striker. And it's interesting how Pierrot will do against Dragovic and the other defenders for Crvena Zvezda, but I'm actually going with you. I'm also going with Crvena Zvezda to advance. Sorry, AD, if you're in the chat, but he's obviously a Maccabi Haifa fan, but I just think that Crvena Zvezda are a little bit too strong. But I will not be surprised whatsoever if Maccabi Haifa go away to Belgrade and win, because they went to Olympiacos and destroyed them.
They can do it,
I mean, Olympiacos are not the same team anymore that they used to be, but I do like.
They've got the big names. They got the big recognizable name at Olympiacos, but they completely flopped this year. Flopped. So
they're just terrible. They're just terrible. It's just been an absolute chaos for them. So this is going to be a tough one. Also, I got to shout out the midfielder from Maccabi Haifa. I think his name is Ali Mohammed. He's a good midfielder for Maccabi Haifa. So let's see how this is. It's going to be a tough game. This is why I said these first 2 are pretty tough. I think the next one we're going to talk about, it's, I think, a foregone conclusion in my opinion. But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts in the chat. Who do you think will advance? I think most people are going with Crvena Zvezda, but let me just see here. Obviously, AD's got to back his squad. Red Star. AD says here, Crvena Zvezda is a better team than us. There is no doubt about that, but I can guarantee one thing. Their game in Haifa will be one of the hardest games they will play this season. They are favorites. And look, of course, Maccabi Haifa crowd have got to make that atmosphere as tough as possible for Crvena Zvezda, and I think they'll be able to do that, but then you got to go away to Belgrade in that second leg. That's going to be the tough issue at hand. Red Star. Maccabi Haifa have been very decent this year, but Crvena Zvezda are too good. They won 5 of the 5 matches in the league this year, and while scoring 20 goals, conceding just 1. Oh boy. Both teams have amazing fan support, but Crvena Zvezda has more quality. I think they will go through. Red Star. Gajic is a star at Red Star. They have Kanga and Kangwa in the midfield. Qarabag. 1-1 and then 2-0. You got that epic YouTube work rate, mate. Thank you very much, Misha. Thank you. Our center back Planic is a former Crvena Zvezda player, a Serbian. Interesting. And Ali is amazing. Yeah, Ali Mohammed, the midfielder for Maccabi Haifa. So This one, Steve, this is a foregone conclusion. I'm sorry, Dinamo Kyiv. Benfica are way too good at the moment. Way too good. Roger Schmidt.
Yeah.
I want to give a chance to Dynamo Kyiv, but this Benfica team, they look scary.
Gonzalo Ramos is really taking that role from.
Is he going to Newcastle? Because I know you're a Newcastle fan, Steve.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. No, but I honestly, I think Benfica will advance, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think that it'll be about 4-2 on aggregate Benfica. I could see 2-1 wins home and away, to be honest. Now, look, Dinamo Kyiv, obviously, they've got the horrible situation going on, but they've done very well for themselves so far in the Champions League. I think this might be a bridge too far. Just like it reminds me of when Ukraine were trying to go for the World Cup and they had to go through two different opponents. They looked extreme. Everybody didn't think, Scotland was going to make it, but they just fell at that final hurdle. So maybe, obviously, it has nothing to do with, I don't know. But I just think, the match fitness might catch up with them, although they have been playing games.
And they struggled against Sturmgrass as well. Like, they really struggled.
They did. They really, that in that second leg, they needed the red card, and then things got really going, especially when Sturmgrass substituted Rasmus Højlund, who's a very good young Danish striker. I'm a big fan of him. But once he got subbed off, and they didn't look the same, and Dinamo Kyiv just took the game. So I think Benfica will go through. Yeah, probably about 2-1 wins apiece, but I wouldn't be surprised though if Dinamo Kyiv honestly go through, because Benfica do have that Champions League curse. Let's be real.
They do. Where did Kyiv play their home games again? Are they playing in Poland, the home games?
Poland.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense then. They don't really have much of a home crowd then either to favor them. I mean, obviously there's going to be some Ukrainians to support them, but I mean, Benfica with Enzo Fernandez. Everybody, be quiet about Enzo Fernandez. We don't let the rest of Europe know about him, because he is a fantastic midfielder. He's an absolute stud. Steve. I've been watching him since the River Plate. Oh my God, he's going to be sold for 60 million. I already tweeted this out back when Benfica signed him in June. I said he's gone next summer for 60 million. Wow.
60, 70, 80. Yep. Sky's the limit with that kid.
Exactly. And then they still have David Neres. That's one of the more underrated signings that nobody's talking about.
From Shakhtar. Yeah.
Exactly. Look, Benfica are a good team. If they lose this, I would be shocked. I have to be honest. I just think the way that they're playing, and obviously Dinamo Kyiv, look, they didn't do the greatest against Sturmgrass. Like you said, they kind of got lucky in that situation. And Benfica, they're just a better team. They're already on fire in the Portuguese league. They destroyed Midtjylland, and Midtjylland are no joke, but they
made them look like a joke.
Yeah, they made them look like a joke. That is for sure. Yeah. So I think this is a pretty easy pick, and I don't think. I mean, if anybody can give an argument for Dinamo Kyiv, more than welcome to do so. But this is
probably the adrenaline can get them through, and the fact that you can flip it on its head, be like, well, they found a way. They found a way to get past Sturmgrass and Fenerbahce, and both of those legs were away from home in the second leg, so that's not easy. And never mind the fact that their home games aren't true home games.
Exactly.
So I think the argument you could make for that, but Benfica are up here, Fenerbahce and Sturmgrass are here, and there's quite a gap. So.
Oh yeah, and then they got lucky against Fenerbahce. I forgot about that game as well. Yeah. Fenerbahce got a red card in that game late, if I'm not mistaken. So. Yeah, I mean, Dynamo Kyiv have rolled their luck, but I think the luck ends here, and Benfica, I think, easily will make it. I think it's going to be like 6-1, 5-1 in aggregate. I really do. I think it's going to be similar to Midtjylland sort of scoreline here. So, Benfica, Enzo Fernandez hat-trick, 100% Benfica. Big up the Chelsea perspective. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Gonzalo Ramos is going straight to the top.
I also think that Dinamo Kyiv Lucescu has his side very well organized. That's also why I don't think they'll get blown out. Because Midtjylland, to me, were just far too open and naive against Benfica. They didn't pick the right moments to go forward, and it didn't add up. It didn't add up. And Benfica punished them. So that's also why I think it's going to be relatively close, because Lucescu does a very good job of organizing them. So
he is a very good manager in organizing defensively.
And he's old as hell. He's like 75 or something like that.
He's a legend in Ukraine. Benfica, Dynamo Kyiv can get a draw, but away in Lisbon will be tough. I love Rafa Silva and David Neres. Gonzalo Ramos and Enzo Fernandez are just too good. I like that team really much. I mean, we had this game in the Bayern group last season, but Benfica will do the job and go through. I really like Viktor Janko from Dynamo Kyiv.
Yeah.
1-2 in the first leg. Yeah, okay. Inter Milan and Napoli lost about 19.5 million euros each since Benfica beat Midtjylland. Oh boy, I didn't even know that. And Roger Smith is a really good coach. Yes, he is. Okay, so I saved these last 3 matches because these are probably the most intriguing for me, at least, just in my opinion. So, boy, oh boy, this is a tough game to call. Psv Copenhagen against Trabzonspor. What do we say here, Steve? Obviously, I think the biggest storyline in this matchup is Cornelius.
Yeah.
The striker for Trabzonspor. He's an Psv Copenhagen legend, and he is going to be playing against Psv Copenhagen. So this one was difficult to call. But what are you kind of leaning towards? Obviously, we haven't seen these teams play in the Champions League. This is going to be their first matches. I mean, I've seen a little bit of Psv Copenhagen in the Danish league. They have been struggling. It's just been mixed results. It
really has been. I mean, the game
just came back.
The game on Friday, they went 1-0 up a little bit after halftime, and they just completely they threw it out in the trash. To be honest, they ended up losing 3-1, just ill-disciplined and sloppy. But at the same time, I mean, Trabzonspor, yes, they're a very good side, but Turkish teams lately have been pretty poor in Europe. I mean, like we said in the beginning, talking about interesting results from around qualifiers. I mean, a second division team from Liechtenstein beating Konyaspor by 2 goals. That's extremely underwhelming from a Turkish perspective. I think I'm gonna go with Trabzonspor though, but I don't say that with any confidence. But I'm more confident in Trabzonspor getting it than I am in Copenhagen, to be honest. Like you said, with Copenhagen, it's just been a mixed bag. Some games they look very good. The first game of the year, they went down. They lost 1-0, even though they had most of the possession and stuff like that. I think like one of the comments says Copenhagen are a bit messy at the moment, so I'm gonna go Trabzon. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Trabzonspor too. They haven't lost any crucial players over the summer. They still got Cornelius. I've got a really good young Turkish goalkeeper too, about 25
Sakir.
Yeah, I quite like him. And I believe the second leg, if I'm not mistaken,
it's in Trabzon. It's in Trabzon.
If it's it, yeah. So that's also why I'm gonna go personally with Trabzonspor. I hope as a Copenhagen fan, I quite like them. So I think I'm gonna go Trabzonspor. I don't know. Copenhagen are just too all over the place for me. I mean, you've got good players like Pep Biel and Falk, and really exciting Plzen. Yep, and then we've got.
They did sign Mohamed Darami from Ajax, but he's injured. He's injured, unfortunately. And Matty Ryan.
We got Matty Ryan from Real Sociedad, and then I guess one player to look out from Copenhagen is Rooney Bargi, the young Swedish.
Yes, he's only 17. He's going to be a superstar.
And he's I've heard nothing but crazy good things about him. So maybe he can make. I'm gonna go Trabzonspor, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean, look, this is going to be a tough game to call, and I can imagine the atmosphere of both stadiums. If you guys haven't seen the video of Psv Copenhagen against Brøndby, I think it was the 100-year anniversary, the 100th ever Copenhagen derby. I mean, the atmosphere was ridiculous, and I can only imagine what it will be at both stadiums for this matchup. And I mean, Trabzonspor obviously becoming Turkish League champions, like Spy said here, for the first time in 38 years. That is something that they are going to be playing for. And Steve makes a good point that Turkish sides in the last couple of years have been poor in Europe. I mean, really, really poor compared to what they used to be. But I think this Trabzonspor, I think keeping Cornelius, and also I don't know if you knew this, but somebody said this here, that Trabzonspor signed Bardi from Levante.
I did.
He is a baller.
And it's Bardi, the Macedonian.
Messi.
Yes.
Yep. That's what I call him, because he's got a wicked right foot. So this is going to be an interesting.
He's a real good player. Oh yeah.
And also, they signed Trezeguet from Aston Villa, Trabzonspor.
That's a solid. He has only sold 27, I believe.
Yep,
He's not even like up there in terms of like, oh, he's so super old and he's done. He's here for a paycheck. Like, he's 27. He's around the prime, and he wasn't bad in the Premier League. It just he in the pecking order, he just wasn't that guy, that number one guy. But he can still do a job. And I think he will do a job for Trabzonspor.
Yeah, he could definitely do a job. And look, this is going to be a difficult game to call, to be honest. And it can go either way because, Trabzonspor just played, I think, their first or second game in the Turkish league. And obviously, Psv Copenhagen have been playing a couple of games in the Danish league. So it's a difficult one to call because we haven't really seen these teams play. Obviously, we've seen Psv Copenhagen and they've just been inconsistent. I mean, really inconsistent to the point where now Silkeborg, the team that my team is going to play against, are, I think, top of the league at the moment, or it's Nordsjælland. So, I mean, I went for Trabzonspor as well. And the sole factor is they have that second leg at home.
What would you pick for an aggregate score? I think I'm going to go something like...
I would go 3-2. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of goals in this game.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-1 Trabzonspor.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game.
I could see it being a 1-0 because actually I just looked it up. The first leg is in Turkey, so
it's in Turkey?
It is. So I could see Trabzonspor getting the 1-0 win in Turkey and then a draw. Or maybe extra time or something. I'm gonna go 2-1. Trabzonspor over 2 legs.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a tough game to call, and I can't wait to watch what happens. And I mean, obviously, Psv Copenhagen haven't been in the Champions League group stage for a while. I want to say I cannot remember the last time they were in the Champions League group stage. Obviously, one year they made it to the round of 16, but I can't remember the last time. Obviously, I think Rohan is.
It was. You know when it was? It was when it was the group with Leicester City, Club Brugge, Copenhagen. Yes. I don't know why I do this with groups. I forget the last team. Porto, because it was all blue teams. It was Porto. Yes. It was Porto, Copenhagen, Leicester, and Club Brugge.
So that's 16-17 season. Yeah, 16-17
Yeah, because Leicester won in 15-16.
Yeah. So, wow, it's been a while for Psv Copenhagen. And obviously, Trabzonspor have been, I can't remember the last time they were. No, I think they were in the Champions League 11-12 season, Trabzonspor. So it's been a little bit of a while for both teams, but I think Cornelius wants to get some revenge on his old club.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a deciding factor on here. So I'm going to go with Trabzonspor in this game, but this is also another 50-50 game that is really difficult to call. So we have Psv Copenhagen, Conte versus Tuchel, Trabzonspor, Psv Copenhagen to go through. Trabzonspor finally broke the curse, 50-50, says Nicola. I have that feeling that Copenhagen will go through.
Oh, never mind. I don't know why I thought the first leg was in Turkey. The first leg is in Denmark.
Okay, all right. That's because I thought I saw that on the Champions League website. Unless they're typical UEFA and change things at the last moment. This is a toss-up, but I'm saying Psv Copenhagen because they have more European experience, and Edin Vizca is injured as well. Very true, he is injured.
Vizca is one of the better players in the Super League, and he has been for the past 3-4 years. So that is a big mess.
Psv Copenhagen are a bit messy at the moment, so I will go Trabzonspor, Nicola Trabzonspor, but I'm not confident. Yeah, I'm not confident in my pick either. Trabzonspor lost their MVP of the last season, who was also the best foreign player in Israel, and Hapoel Beersheva. Long time no see. Yeah, Rohan, how you doing, bro? Haven't seen you for a while. Good luck for your team,
Trabzonspor also lost Hamšík as well. That is another big departure.
Oh, they did lose Hamšík. Man, I thought he was still at the club, but I guess he left. Fun fact: the team from Liechtenstein that beat Konyaspor actually play in the Swiss second division. Yeah, Steve said this because they are by far the best team. Yep.
They qualify because the Liechtenstein Cup is a 6-team tournament, so they just got to win that, and they do. Pretty much every year without fail.
Trabzonspor seems like the better team, but I think it could go either way. Trabzonspor at home in the second leg will be crucial. You think that atmosphere is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be absolutely, it gave you goosebumps. If you guys want to watch a fantastic video about Trabzonspor, check out Copa 90.
Copa 90. I watched that literally last week.
It was
unbelievable. They got a really, really amazing one too on Real Betis.
Yep. Let's not forget the president of Turkey plays for them, so if they don't win it. Trabzonspor win first leg in Parken on Tuesday. I'm going to watch the game live. Nice, Rohan. It should be an amazing atmosphere. Good luck, bro. Yeah. Good luck, bro. Here since the video started, and hello to everybody. Okay, I mean, my favorite tail team, bro. I love Bodo Glimt. I love it. This is going to be a tough one because, Dynamo, they're by far the better team on paper. You look at the sort of caliber of players they have, and Orsic and Livakovic at goalkeeper. Bodo Glimt are just such.
They've got Ademi from Macedonia, their
Ademi as
holding
well.
midfielder.
Yep. Yeah, so look, Dinamo Zagreb are a better team on paper, but the one thing Bodo Glimt have.
Dermich, who used to be a Borussia Mönchengladbach striker, Swiss.
Yep, I forgot about Dermich as well.
Josip Dermich.
Yeah, so look, Bodo Glimt, this is going to be a tough game for them. And the key thing for Bodo, as it has been for this whole entire time that they've been on the rise since the second division of Norwegian football, is their home form. They must, in my opinion, if they want to advance to the group stage of the Champions League, they must win that first leg at home by 2 goals. This is because remember,
which isn't out of the realms of possibility either.
Of course, not.
Because obviously they destroyed Roma 6-1. Their home form this season.
But that was also Roma's B team, and also I think Jose and them gave up after
Roma's B team still shouldn't.
It should
be beaten by a Norwegian team. But you're right.
So the key in this game is, Dinamo Zagreb haven't looked, that all impressive during these qualifying rounds.
Especially domestically. Domestically, I've been a bit underwhelmed.
Yeah, and just defensively, they don't look that great. And I'm pretty shocked with such a good goalkeeper. So I think the key for Bodo, obviously they just lost Boniface. Shout out to Boniface.
To Union Saint-Gilloise.
Yeah, he went to Belgium. So, this is a tough game to go. What's your kind of thoughts, Steve? Is this going to be a miracle run for Bodo Glimt, or do you think Dinamo Zagreb?
No, I honestly think I'm going to go Bodo Glimt because they've shown that they can absolutely smoke teams at home.
Okay, but Steve, that's against Linfield of Northern Ireland and Žalgiris of Lithuania. I know they smoked them, but those are 2, I would say, weak teams.
Lesser.
Yeah.
Some teams, Malmo didn't destroy Viking or Reykjavik.
I'm just giving the argument, basically.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think Bodo Glimt, they're very confident at home. That's the thing. Even if you're beating teams that you should be beating, well, if you add another 4 goals on that, that's just going to help your confidence.
This is a crazy stat. Do you see this? They got a new artificial turf in mid-June. Since then, they have a 34-1 score at home. Exactly.
Say what you want about the opposition, but they have shown.
They've also done in the Norwegian League. I think they won one of their games 6-0 or 7-0 as well.
7-8. They've been extremely impressive. I've been trying to watch a few of their games on the One Football app, and they've won games in a variety of different ways. I'm trying to think of that player that always scores for them. Pellegrino, Antonio Pellegrino or something like that. Yeah. So he's been very good for them. So I'm not. I don't know, something about Dinamo Zagreb this year. They collapsed to Sheriff Tiraspol also. So I think
that's a good point. Last year at the same stage as well.
So and I think that Bodo versus Sheriff would be a good game. That would be a good game. I'd be very intrigued. But I see Bodo Glimt doing it for sure.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna take them.
But don't you agree, Steve, that they have to win that first leg by 2 goals? In
Probably.
My opinion, they have to.
Yeah, probably, because you want to have some cushion when you go to the Stadia Maksimir. So, oh god, yeah, I am gonna go Bodo Glimt. Look, I don't want to disrespect Dinamo Zagreb, but the thing is about Livakovic, he's good, but the reason why he hasn't moved on to a top club or anything like that is because he's got an error in his game every once in a while. Sometimes he's not claiming the crosses. Sometimes it's miscommunication with their back line. And don't get me wrong, Dinamo Zagreb, they got Bosco Satulo from Atalanta. He's a good defender. Like I said, Dermich,
Ademi
Petkovic. So they've got good names, but I'm not as confident as them because to me, Bodo Glimt are in better form. Again, say what you want about the opponents they're facing, but I'm going to go Bodo Glimt personally.
And
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them 3-2.
3-2. Wow.
I think they'll win 2-0 at home and lose 2-1 away.
Ooh. And you have to remember one thing as well. Dinamo Zagreb, I think to advance past Ludogorets, they needed a couple red cards in that game. They struggled against...
Three red cards.
3 red cards. That's why I said a couple. I couldn't count the amount of red cards I saw in that game. They struggled against Skopje of North Macedonia. So, I mean, it hasn't been... when we think of Dinamo Zagreb in qualifying rounds, we think they destroy teams over and over again. But they've been struggling big time.
Exactly.
So this is, I think, a good opportunity for Bodo Glimt to... I mean, this is a fairy tale run. I have to be honest here. Because if they pull this off and make it to the UCL group stage... I might have to go to Bodø and watch a game. I have to.
How far do you live from there?
It depends on if I can fly there. I would have to go from here to Oslo, which is about 1.5 or 2 hour flight.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. But I need to figure out how to get from Oslo to Bodø. Because I don't know. I think there's planes going there, but how much it is, I have no clue. But if they make it to the UCL group stage... I have to go. This is just an amazing storyline to see how this club has risen, and they're not even spending this crazy amount of money. They have a fantastic manager in Knudsen, who I've followed for many years. It's just crazy, and they keep selling their best players, Erik Botheim, Solbakken, and these guys. They keep moving on, and then they just produce talent. They sign these guys from second division of Norway.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're able to do it, but shout out to Bodo Glimt and shout out to every Bodo Glimt fan out there. If they pull this off, this is the yellow toothbrushes as they are known. They are going to be marching into the UCL group stage. I couldn't do it, Steve. I couldn't do it though. I couldn't do it though, Steve. Because Bodo, they're such a fantastic home team, but they have struggled away from home, and if there's a place you don't want to struggle away from home, it is Zagreb, and that's going to be a difficult stadium to go into. Remember, they did lose to Linfield 1-0. And they had a lot of chances in that game, and they could have won it easily. They must win that home game by 2 goals. If they can win that home game by 2 goals...
Then you've got a nice cushion.
Exactly. And then they can be defensive like they tried to be at AS Roma, and they tried to be at AZ Alkmaar, but... This is going to be the key for them. And I mean, I have to shout out then Espejord, I think striker. He's got to step up his game because now they sold Boniface. So it's going to be a tough game for Bodo, but I think Dinamo Zagreb just have a bit too much in their arsenal. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair as well. I think it's going to be 5-4 on aggregate, but...
I could see that.
Just slightly Zagreb. It hurts for me to say it. I hope I'm wrong, and then nothing against Dinamo Zagreb. I just want to see this fairy tale story end in just, I think, one of the craziest stories we will ever see in football, and I'm going to have to make a video separate about it, but yeah. Shout out to Lille Fiegel, who says Bodo Glimt got a new artificial turf. That is a crazy storyline. Make the UCL. Bodo Glimt for sure. It just has to be. Also, Dynamo didn't play well so far. They haven't.
That's the thing for me. It's not that if Dinamo Zagreb were kicking ass and taking names, I'd probably go with them. But to be honest, from what I've seen from both sides, I gotta go with what I honestly think. So
exactly. I wanted Bodo Glimt from that Boniface left. I have no hope for Bodo. Keep faith, people. Keep faith. Dinamo Zagreb to go through, Bodo to go through. I watched Dinamo Zagreb versus Skopje. The games, I was not impressed by them. Yeah. Right? Dinamo Zagreb played last year's sensation Sheriff Tiraspol last year in the playoffs, and this year they played the sensation Bodo Glimt. Can we get 2 sensations back to back? That would be amazing. Dinamo Zagreb to go through. I'm going Dinamo Zagreb to go through. Steve, we got to talk sometimes. Yeah, guys, you can follow Steve. Steve, what's your Twitter username?
It's Stove Mahala. STOVEMACHALA Mahala.
There we go, people. There we go. I'll ask Steve to repeat it when we end the stream as well. Yeah. Bodo 2, Dynamo 2, and Bodo. Dynamo 0, Bodo 1. I'm going with Bodo. They have won a lot of goals. Big up to Ilias. How are you doing, Ilias? Hope you're doing well. Let's not forget that spectacular... Yeah, of course. That is one of the greatest results ever. Pellegrino has 17 goals in 16 leagues. This guy is a goal-scoring machine.
I mean, you want to have that I would rather have the confidence of Bodo Glimt. Yeah, you're beating up inferior opposition, but Dinamo Zagreb haven't necessarily been beating up on inferior opposition.
No, they
haven't. You want to find the back of the net. That's only going to help confidence.
Exactly. Are you
never know. Dinamo Zagreb might underestimate them.
Could be. I don't think any club now underestimates Bodo, but if they do, that's at your own.
They're going to pay the price.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you going to do watch alongs for any of the playoff games, Michael? I'll see if I can do Tuesday or Wednesday. I might have a game then, and I'll try and Might have to do one for Bodø and Dynamo. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say Dynamo for now, but I'm not confident. Just a reminder that Midtjylland are at the top of the Danish 4th division. Oh, middle fart. Okay, that's very funny. 2-1 at home for Bodø, but then they will lose 2-0 in Zagreb. I hope they go through, but it will be difficult. If you go to Bodø, send me a message and I can arrange something. Oh, I'll let you know, Lilo Figo. There we go, man. See, I got connections. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, you can fly from also to Bodø. See, look at this. There we go. I think Bodø can do it. They did beat Jose, that is for sure. Saul Vincent's going to start for Bodo Glimt. Yeah, so I think he's a new striker that they bought from another Norwegian team. I can't remember who, but so they're probably going to start him. But let's see how Knutsen will start the team. And Steve says Bodo, Michael says Dynamo 50-50 now. Yeah, it's going to be 50-50 for sure. And we bought Saul Vincent. So, look, best of luck to both teams. I mean, obviously I'm going to lean towards Bodo, but if they pull this off, I mean, it's pretty remarkable. It really is. Yeah. Now, probably the best matchup, in my opinion, of the playoff round. Rangers against PSV. This get the fireworks ready, because there is going to be goals. Goals, and more goals. Steve, you're a Rangers fan, right, as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you confident heading into this affair?
If the second leg was at home, yeah, I would pick us to advance, because to be honest, before I learned about who Rangers are going to be playing, I'm like, if we get the home leg in the second leg, I think we'll go through. But if PSV do, I'd slightly edge them. I'm gonna go PSV, just because I think because the home leg, and especially because what they did to Monaco in the home leg. I think if you think about all the success Rangers have had, a lot of it's been at Ibrox, obviously. So this is one where I think that Rangers would have to win probably 2-0 at least at Ibrox to, comfortably get advanced through. If it's a 2-1 or something like that, I see, I honestly see PSV doing something in extra time. I think maybe the home form, because I can't separate the two teams necessarily. No, I really can't. You've got good strikers in Luke de Jong, and then for Rangers, we've got Antonio Cholak from PAOK. So pretty even in that. And then I would say for wingers, we've got Malik Tillman on loan, but I like him playing as more of as a number 10. That's where he was very successful, and that's how he got his goal against Union Saint-Gilloise. What? Kent, Rabbi Matondo also signed in. He's looked pretty good. It's so tough. Joey Veerman's a really quality player, but then to that I can say Lundstrom and Tom Lawrence, who ran the show against Union Saint-Gilloise. Extremely impressive performance from him. I'm also a bit concerned whether Ridvan Yilmaz starts on the left for us or if it's Borna Barisic. Because Borna Barisic, yes, he's got quality delivery. I think he provides a lot in the attacking sense. But one of Barisic's limitations and something he's really struggled and kind of dropped off is defensively. The first goal that we conceded against Union Saint-Gilloise, it's Barisic ball watching and just letting him score. So I'd prefer to see Ridvan Yilmaz starting at least one of the legs, just because he is extremely solid defensively. I watched him a lot at Besiktas last year. He's extremely solid defensively, and that's pretty unusual for a modern fullback, but you need those kind of guys. He's very, very talented. So I'm going to go PSV slightly, but I think it's going to be mental. It's going to be 6-5, because when Rangers play in Europe, it's going to be crazy. So
same with PSV, though.
Same with PSV. So if it's 1-0 on aggregate, whatever, I'm wrong, but I'm thinking it's going to be 6-5 PSV extra time win. I could see a 4-4 at Ibrox. I mean, PSV Copenhagen last year in the Conference League, it was 4-4 in the first leg. So I mean, look, these guys they love scoring, like you said, goals. I'm gonna go.
Steve, don't you think that Rangers have overcome a lot of the big teams across Europe?
In
the last 2 seasons of Europe.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, it all started when Gerrard came in, because we were losing the fucking Progress Niederkorn in the first qualifying round of the Europa League to a Luxembourgish team. We won 1-0 at Ibrox. We looked like shit, and then went away and lost 2-0. So, and we even had the away goals advantage at that time. If we just scored one, we could have advanced. So, tons of progress has been made. We've beaten the likes of BSC Young Boys, Porto, Feyenoord, Leipzig. Yeah. Not Eintracht Frankfurt, sadly,
Crvena Zvezda.
Yeah, Crvena Zvezda. I mean, this team, Rangers have came from complete obscurity from, the fourth division of Scottish football and not a threat at all in Europe, even when we got to the qualifiers, to now we're a strong team. You could make a case that we're one of the 10 best sides in Europe outside of the
top 4
of Europe top 5 leagues. Yeah. So, I mean,
but PSV are a good team, Steve. That's the issue. Like
Veerman has been scoring goals for fun.
Is an absolute goal scorer.
Cody Gakpo, Axel Bakayoko, extremely tricky technical winger. I really, really like him.
Benitez,
and then they signed
Walter.
I've been watching Walter Benitez for Nice for quite a while. He's very good goalkeeper. The only problem for PSV is that Mario Götze left for Frankfurt, but
they got 2 good midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously Ibrahim Sangare. Yeah. So I just think that they're gonna do 6-5 PSV extra time win. I'm gonna say 3-3 at Ibrox, then 2-2 in Eindhoven, and then extra time. I think it'll probably be a Veerman winner.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a tough one to call, and I can't wait for this game. This is going to be the best footballing matchup in my opinion. Just both teams are at top form. You look at PSV, Ruud van Nistelrooy's got them playing some beautiful football. I feel like with Rangers at times, though, with Giovanni van Bronckhorst, they kind of play up to their opposition and then they'll play down to their opposition at certain occasions I see with them. But when it comes to Europe, Rangers, Ibrox, you can't beat it. You just can't. So I guarantee you Rangers are going to win that first leg. And then it just it's the matter of what happens in Eindhoven. Yeah. And, Rangers in Europe away has not been the greatest. Even though they've been fantastic at Ibrox, the away form has been lacking.
Disappointing at times, yeah.
They lost at Royal Union Saint-Gilloise, which was a terrible performance, lost 2-0. You lost away to Leipzig. You lost away to Crvena Zvezda. You lost away to somebody else. I can't remember who was in the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Going a few years back.
Braga. And last season as well in the Europa League, you lost 1-0 to them, and that was a terrible performance. So Rangers got to win that first leg by 2-0. It's a similar situation to me when it comes to like Bodo and Rangers, where they have to desperately win by 2 goals in the first leg. If that happens, okay, then Rangers, they can concede 1 goal and then it's fair enough. So I just think PSV, they're on fire at the moment.
Just a little bit too strong.
It's just, I mean, if it was at Ibrox the second leg, I would have.
At Ibrox, I'd pick Rangers.
Yep.
That's all it comes down to. Seriously, it's really tough, but yeah. And then Sebastian, they lost to Malmo away, also last year in the same stage. So yeah.
It's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to go with PSV. I think it's just a difficult one to call because both teams are really good. I think both teams midfield-wise are good. I would give the slight edge to PSV in the midfield. Yeah. Defensively, I think Rangers are better because PSV, they just leak too many goals, and I think that's what's
5-3 win against Ajax. To be fair, though, that Mohamed Kudus goal was
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous.
No, you could score that on any back four in the world.
Yeah. So look, it's going to be a tough one to call. I think both attacking wise, both teams are very, very strong. I would give the edge to PSV. I think they just have a bit more attacking prowess. So I think PSV are going to win. It's just going to come down to what happens in Eindhoven. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. And it's going to get nervy times if you're a Rangers or PSV fan.
Yeah.
And great striker. Oh yeah, I forgot that Bodo signed this Grombach from Aalborg, and he's a Norwegian transfer record. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to see if he plays then on I think Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday. So yeah, we're gonna have to see if he plays, and if he can make a difference against Dinamo Zagreb, because that is gonna be a tough game. We're gonna go Rangers, PSV. PSV, they're really good home and away. Michael, you got to do a live stream for this game. I'll try. When is this game? Is this Wednesday or Tuesday, Steve?
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, let's see when this game is.
Okay, so schedule is Tuesday, August 16th, so in 2 days. It's Rangers, PSV, Bodo Glimt, Zagreb, Copenhagen, and Trabzonspor. Ooh. Three of the three games that we're really, really, really interested in, all on the same day.
Oh,
it's gonna be.
Oh, damn it. Oh, man. Rangers 2-1 PSV, and then, okay, so Rangers go through. I want Rangers by, I'm going to pick PSV. Yeah, when was the last time Rangers were in the group stage of the UCL?
What, 2010-ish?
2010? Might be 2010. It's been a long. I cannot remember the last time Rangers were in the UCL group stage. It's been a long time.
I'll look it up. I'm thinking it's
your mic, Steve. Your mic a little bit. Oh, I don't know what happened. I think it happened. I think it's better now.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it just went bad for a second. I don't know what happened.
I think I just bumped into it. No, let me look it up. Okay, so we were in the Champions League group stage last 2010-11. Man United versus Sport and Valencia. We finished third.
Okay. All right. I want Rangers, but I think PSV with Ruud van Nistelrooy will keep going to the group stage. Possibly my boy Malik Tillman is doing fine. I still think PSV will do it in the second leg. That midfield of PSV with Joy Verman, Sangare, and maybe Xavi Simmons. That's scary for Rangers. Oh, Xavi Simmons off the bench too. Ooh. I think Rangers have overcome plenty of better teams in the last 2 seasons, underestimated regularly. Well, one thing is for sure, I don't think PSV are going to underestimate Rangers. I think both teams are 50-50 into this game. That's why it's the best matchup. Morelos.
Yeah, Alfredo Morelos, yeah.
He came from my Finnish club, Steve. You guys better sell him soon so we can get 25% of the transfer fee. Nah, just kidding. Morelos is a good player, but I think he's better than
Did you buy him directly from Colombia?
Yes, we did. Yep.
Nice.
Yep, we did. And we have a 25% transfer fee then if you guys sell him. So hopefully he keeps developing well and you guys can sell him for good money because Morelos is a good striker. I just don't think he's consistent enough, and he's had a bit of injury problems in the last couple of years.
And he's a fucking hothead.
He is. Oh, that was the same thing in Finland, Steve. Don't worry, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
I got PSV to win the tie. No good, so no party. I have PSV to win. I'm in the stadium for PSV Rangers. Nice, Sinlurs. Yeah, Sinlurs is a PSV fan. See, we got a lot of people going to these games. I love it.
Lucky.
Rangers lost to Malmo away, I believe. Yep. And Baller13 says it will be a draw in Glasgow and a PSV win in Eindhoven. Well, we could possibly do that, Sebastian. I have to see what I'm doing on Tuesday, but it might have to be a watch-along for these Champions League games. I got to figure out if they're showing it on Finnish TV, because if they're not, then it's difficult to. I hate watching it on streams. I really do. So, yeah, people, that's our predictions for the UCL UCL playoff round. I was gonna say knockout round, playoff round. There we go. 6 ties. It's gonna be exhilarating. Maybe we can go through some of the Europa League and Conference League before we head out. If you got time, Steve.
Of course. Yeah, I've got time.
Nice. Let's quickly look at them. We're not gonna go into in-depth analysis, people, because we wanted to save the in-depth analysis for the Champions League, because at the end of the day, it is the champions, and for any of those teams to qualify to the Champions League is a big moment, especially for Bodo Glimt, Trabzonspor, and those sort of like. So, obviously, I've been following the Europa League because my team is here. We got Dnipro against AIK Larnaca. Interesting enough, there is 3 Cypriot teams compared to 1 Greek team. That just tells you that Greek teams have fallen off big time in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, look, we're just kind of looking at an outlook unless Steve wants to give predictions, but I would probably lean towards Larnaca in a way.
I'm going to take Ghent. Yeah, I'll take Larnaca, Ghent, Austria, Vienna. I'm going to take them.
Ooh.
I mean, Fenerbahce, but I don't trust them. I'm going to take Zurich just because every other Scottish team in Europe besides Rangers. Yeah, so I don't trust Scottish teams either, so I'd take Zurich. Oh, your guys against Silkeborg?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know nothing about Silkeborg, but
I'm trying to be honest. I have tried to do my research about Silkeborg, and apparently they were a second division team. I want to say a couple seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. They were pretty.
Oh, wow.
Then they had a great season last year, and they have started off fantastically this year so far. I have no clue who this team are. I've tried to look at their players. Don't know who they are. But they look like they play some really good football, and they just destroyed Midtjylland 4-1 or 3-1. So
okay, so I'll take Silkeborg. Yeah. I mean, Danish teams are traditionally stronger than Finnish. I hope for your sake, your guys go through. But.
Bro, I hope we can. Look. Hoiko were at the same stage of the Europa League last year, and we played Fenerbahce. We gave them a tough game, but then we ultimately lost because Ener Valencia decided to score a hat trick. Damn it! So I'm a bit more confident heading into this game. I don't think we're gonna do it though, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because if we make the Europa League and we play Manchester United, I'm gonna have an away day at Old Trafford. That would be amazing. That would be amazing to have. Or Roma or Lazio. It would be amazing to go to these stadiums.
Huh?
I know we're going to get destroyed, but at least, experiencing that.
Yeah.
Then we have Malmo Sivaspor. I got to be honest, man.
Malmo should. They fired their manager. I forget his name, but he won them a cup in the league. I am going to go Malmo just because they've got that new manager bouncing. So... And like I said, I can't trust Turkish and Scottish teams, so I'm going to go there. I can't trust Irish teams, so I'm going to take Ferencváros.
Shamrock Rovers have done well in the last couple of years, though.
Yeah, it's
nice. Steve.
But Ferencváros, look, I think if you're going to rank, okay, Ferencváros did lose to Qarabag.
Yeah, but you could say they were the better team in that game almost.
Qarabag just took their chances, and that's also why I'm picking them, to be honest. So I'm going to go Ferencváros on that.
Limassol Olympiacos.
I'm going to take Limassol. I'm going to go Limassol for that one, just because I think that Olympiacos team is overrated as hell. They've got some big names, but they performed like complete shit when I saw them, so I'm not sure about them. And then I'm gonna go Sheriff, and then I'll take Zalgiris.
Zalgiris of Ludogorets. What?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I hope that comes true because that would be insane to see Zalgiris in Europa League, but I think Ludogorets are a bit better team in this situation. So we're going to get some interesting teams into the Europa League this year because, there's some already strong teams in the group stage, as we all know. And then obviously the losers of the playoff round in the UCL group stage. What the heck? Where is it? Oh, where are we at? What the heck? Did they get rid of it? I was on the wrong page. That's why. Oh, boy. Look, we already got the likes of Roma, Manchester United, Arsenal, Braga, Lazio, Feyenoord, Stade Rennes, Monaco, because Monaco, I don't know what happened to them against PSV, Real Sociedad, Real Betis, Midtjylland, Union Berlin, Freiburg, Nantes, Sturm Graz, and Royal Union Saint-Gilles. So there's some tough teams in the Europa League this season. This is going to be a tough one to predict. And obviously then when the Champions League teams get knocked down in the group stage, this might be a very tricky prediction for the Europa League, and those teams that are coming from the playoff round are going to find it very, very difficult to advance out of the group stage.
Yeah.
So,
I think as a Lazio fan, I think we can do some damage in the Europa League. I think
Sarri does have experience in that competition.
Yeah, so if we're in pot one and we're drawn with one of the Spanish sides, we've done relatively okay with them. I was disappointed last year when we lost to Porto, but I think the team they've had a very good transfer window. So I'm really looking forward to the Europa League. So this is Conference League.
Yeah, wait, give me a second. I'm gonna go through some of the comments to summarize. Yeah. Okay, PSG have Champions League heritage. Oh god, here we go again. Yeah, we gotta do more collabs. Steve is very knowledgeable about European football. Forza Klubi, Mike. I hope so. I don't know this Danish team Hoiko is facing. I think they're a good team though. I have Dnipro, Ghent, Orstia, Vienna, Zurich, Hoiko, Malmo, Ferencváros, Apollon, Sheriff, and Ludogorets. It's the same. Giziri beat Radicki. My team is Serbia.
The team from Gizira is from Malta, I believe. Gizira United. They're from Malta. Malta. Look, some big winners
did well this season. Yep.
Malta did well. Zalgiris carrying the flag. Faroe Islands. Yep. Even a San Marino team advanced in one of the earlier stages.
It's been a crazy season in the Conference League.
Yeah.
I've been shocked by some of the results.
I like the Conference League a lot. I don't know what your opinion on it is, but I think
the competition.
I think it's absolute madness. I think it's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool to give those teams a chance, and you still got to be a good team.
And give them money because that's what a lot of these federations and these clubs need around Europe is money. And that's what they're going to get. Obviously, TV viewership and, making it to the group stage, winning a game in the group stage.
Exposure to top talents.
Exactly.
So I think it's a no-brainer For me,
it's great. Finally, I got to be honest. UEFA actually made a good decision with this competition. Yeah. I know a lot of people might joke about it, especially from the top 5 leagues. I think this is a great addition. West Ham in the Conference League.
I was just gonna say, but then everybody, all the Mourinho fanboys who were probably talking shit about the Conference League, they were now like, "Oh man, Roma European trophy." So pick a side. Is it shit or is it relevant?
It's relevant when
relevant.
It has something to do with you and what you love. Okay, West Ham in the Conference League, they completely annihilated us today, but somehow we won. Thank you, Awani, and thank you, Ben Johnson, and also thank you, Dean Henderson. Nottingham Forest will win another Champions League before City win their first.
The way they're spending, you never know.
We never know. Lol, we can be Feyenoord and Union again in the Europa League. Please, no. Oh, man, that's going to be the same case for Maccabi Haifa, same as last season. Conference League, Nico Williams looked great today. He looked fantastic. Sheriff to go through. They're from Malta. Yes, they were from Malta, that team that beat...
Gazeta United, the one who beat,
And Maccabi Tel Aviv isn't going to be in a group stage this season. Easy draws, time are over.
Yeah, they got Nice. I would take Nice in that.
Okay, so we have Maribor and Cluj. I have to be honest here. I watched Maribor. They're absolute garbage.
Yeah,
they're last place in this. They're last place in the Slovenian division at the moment. They are terrible.
Yeah, and CFR Cluj are not very good either. But having said that, I agree with you. Maribor are fucking god awful. So
they offered absolutely nothing going forward. Oh, they were abysmal. RFS, they got. I'm gonna be honest, because obviously Hoiko played against them, and we got a lucky win over them. They've gotten a generous draw to get to this stage, so they could make it to the obviously Conference League, and I think they would be the first ever Latvian team in a European group stage, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is true. So, or then Linfield, who could be the first Northern Ireland team in a European group stage. So this is interesting. And, you can't write off Linfield in this matchup. What do you think?
I'm going to go Linfield slightly.
Yeah. Lech Poznan and Dunderlag. I mean, look, with the way Lech Poznan play nowadays.
I'm going to go Doodle Lounge. Bro. I've been, again, Polish teams in Europe, it's just like the fucking Scottish ones and Turkish ones. I watch the Ekstraklasa a lot because I'm Polish. I love Poland, but... The football in that league is fucking crap. It's outdated. The tactics are bad, and a lot of the players just that there aren't a lot of top Polish players around.
Because they all go to Germany or
the development of the sport is just very stagnant and outdated. And you know what? I've picked Lech Poznan against Lech Poznan a few times, and I got it right the first round. I picked Qarabag over them. And then they slaughtered them 5-1. So I'm going to go Doodle Lounge. I am going to go Doodle Lounge.
Skuppi or Balkani. I think Balkani would be the first ever Kosovoan team in the European group stage. So it's going to be interesting.
And I think Skuppi would be the first North Macedonian team in the group stage.
I think there was one in the Europa League one year, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I believe so, but I could be wrong. But I think there was a North Macedonian club before in the Europa League. So let's see. So, I mean, look, if it's going to be the first for either of these countries, good luck and congrats, because that's going to be a big moment. And then Zrinski, so there was Vardar in 17-18. That's what I thought. So Vardar in 17-18 season. Yeah, so this would be the first ever Kosovoan club to make it to the European group stage. I mean, obviously, Skuppi gave a tough game to Dinamo Zagreb. Do you think Balkani are going to go through?
I'm going to go Skuppi.
Skuppi. We need to find out how to properly pronounce that, because I bet people are absolutely...
I doubt it.
Ripping at the hair. Slovan Bratislava, they have to be going through that game. They still got Vladimir
Zrinski, Mostar. Yeah.
They still got a lot of good players. Slovan Bratislava.
Yeah.
I mean, Basel will beat CSK Sofia. If somehow Vaduz beat Rapid Wien, I don't know what to say anymore of this. It's just madness. Rapid Wien, they better be beating that team, because if they don't, they're going to get clowned by every Austrian team.
I'll take Rapid Wien. And I actually will take Rakal Shestochova.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Rakal. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. They've been on the right again. It's very familiar. It's very reminiscent of Bodo Glimt. Rakal were a very obscure second, third division Polish side a few years ago. They won the Puchar Polski, and they've done pretty well for themselves, to be honest. So I think if I'm gonna take an upset, I think that's one of them. Slavia Praha though are no mug. I just think
they're definitely no mug.
There's always surprises in football, so you gotta try to be ahead of the curve. I guess.
And I think one of those upsets could come in the next matchup. I think Djurgården will beat Apoel. I don't
know if that's an upset. That's pretty even, you'd think.
No, Apoel should be the better team, but Djurgården have been really good this year, and I
remember I watched them in the Stockholm Derby against Ike, and they were very good.
Yep. Oh man, Maccabi Tel Aviv got a tough draw against Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nice. They played my French side, Strasbourg today. Drew 1-1, but they're not a very strong home team, to be honest. So
that could be Maccabi Tel Aviv, and obviously with Zahavi now and Maccabi Tel Aviv, that's going to be their outlet in this game to win. It's going to be tough for Maccabi Tel Aviv. It's going to be interesting, and then Universitatea Craiova against Hapoel by Shefa. So I don't know much about these two teams.
I don't trust Romanian teams either. Really, I think they're pretty fucking crap. So I'm gonna go Beersheva on that one.
Steve. Okay, Başakşehir against Antwerp. Ooh, this is a tough game to call.
That's actually not, because Mesut Özil is now at Başakşehir.
Yeah, that's a good point. He is Başakşehir. Yeah, that's a good point.
Antwerp has Sam Vines from the States, and they've also got Raja Nainggolan. Nainggolan versus Özil.
Nainggolan is now at Antwerp?
He was there last year.
Wait. I got a video for you.
That is blasphemous!
That is... Raja Nainggolan against Mesut Özil in the Conference League. Wow. All right, we move on. FC still Bucharest against Viking. I mean, Norwegian teams have been doing well in Europe.
I'm going to take Viking.
Yep. Okay, Partizan better be beating Hamrun Spartans.
Okay, that should be Partizan Belgrade, but...
It should be. It should be Partizan Belgrade. I don't know why. Fiorentina and Twente.
Because Fiorentina played today against Cremonense.
They looked very shaky at the back. I watched the game.
They did. And they had 95th minute goal to win it for them. So
yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the winner for Fiorentina, I would check it out. It's pretty horrific goalkeeping.
Yeah. Twente are okay. I'm gonna go Fiorentina ever so slightly.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good route for Fiorentina if they want to make it to the Europa League. Villarreal against Hajduk Split. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game to call.
Villarreal. Köln against Ferencváros.
Apparently, Toby
Alderweireld. Toby. Yep.
I'm just going to move on. What the heck? AFC Köln. Okay, they should be beating. West Ham should be beating them. Young Boys against Anderlecht.
That's such an even matchup. I'm going to go Young Boys, though. I think they've been outstanding, to be honest, to start the season. I'm gonna go BSC Young Boys.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game to call.
But Anderlecht are good. Fabio Silva's on fire for them for his first 5 matches.
I think he just needed a loan move away from Wolves to just get some good game time and goal scoring. I was thinking the key move for him.
By the way, it's 1-0 Almira over Real Madrid.
Oh, nice! I have to watch that game. I don't even have it up. I forgot it. Oh, what is it? It's only been 7 minutes played, Steve. Right?
6. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Slovako against Aiko. Obviously, Sebastian, who's an Aiko fan in the chat, he's probably gonna want Aiko. But I gotta be honest, I don't know much about Slovako, so it should be interesting.
They really struggled against Fenerbahce, so I think Aik. I'm gonna go Aik.
Then Molde against Wolfsberger. Probably go.
Ooh.
Tough.
That's kind of even.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call.
I'll go Wolfsberger. AZ Alkmaar Gil Vicente.
That's a tough game too. And if a top 5 league team was not to make it, I think it would be absolutely good.
Okay, so West Ham definitely are. Villarreal, I think they might have a complication or two, but I would expect they go through. The other top 5 team is Nice. Nice could have some trouble because, like I said, at home they're not great, and Zahavi and I think the Israeli league is a bit underrated, kind of on the rise a little bit. Yep. I think the one that's, if it's going to be an upset of one of the top 5, I'm going to go with...
Probably Fiorentina if you don't count 20.
I'm going to go...
if you don't count the Eredivisie as a top 5 league, I mean, there's gonna be a big debate. Actually, Steve, I need you to get on because I know you follow a lot of Ligue 1, and I want to have a debate about what is the actually 5th best league in Europe.
Ligue 1.
No, we can have a debate about that because I dispute that. I very much dispute that because Ligue 1 has done absolutely nothing in Europe this century.
That's true. That's true.
And compared to what Portuguese teams do, obviously it's not. Top to bottom, Ligue 1 is better than Eredivisie and Portuguese league. But
if we're talking performances in Europe, yeah,
and also you could base it also on talent produced because a Portuguese league has produced a lot of great talents in the last couple of years.
So it's France because France has the connection to Africa
and everywhere. Yep, I mean France has produced talent every season. So look, guys, Conference League, this will determine all the positions for the group stage alongside then the losers of the Europa League, to then create the second season of the Conference League, a great competition that UEFA actually did. They actually did something smart for once, Steve. I wouldn't say that about UEFA, but it's finally appeared.
You gotta give credit where it's due.
Exactly. Look at Albert. MLS over Trolling. Oh, I love it. Gotta love it, Albert. Aiko, we have Nordfalt. He saved us. Almeria over League on. Oh, man, here we go. Everybody's now trolling League. Sorry, Steve. Sorry, Steve. Because I know you, like... it's just like, because when I look like in Monaco, like the only team that did well in Europe last year in Ligue 1 was Marseille. That's the only team.
Yeah.
Obviously, when it was the COVID year, 1920 for the Champions League, that was the best one because obviously PSG and Lyon made it to the semifinals.
Lyon was very strong.
Yep. So let's see what happens. Do you guys like the fact that the Europa League and Conference League having 32 teams? Yeah, I like it.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not. I think the Conference League has to have 32 teams, so then a lot of teams from outside the...
Makes everything easy. It's round of 16, top 2 advance, yada, yada, yada. So,
exactly. Yep, I saw that, Matteo. But, guys, I got to head out. It's getting late here in Finland, and... unfortunately, I have work tomorrow. But big thank you so much, Steve, for coming on. Where can the people find you on your social media and your channel as well?
It's it's down here. It's Stove Mahala. I'm also on Newcastle Fans TV on YouTube. I do every watch along there. So check me out on there. Yeah, and then on Twitter, Stove Mahala. So that's where I'm at. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No worries, Steve. Thanks for coming on. Your knowledge of European football is amazing, and also we have
yours ain't bad. Yours ain't too bad either,
bro. I have to watch my team Hoiko play all the time. It's depressing at times, but hopefully we can make it to the Europa League. That would be amazing. I pray that they make it to the Europa League and they get Manchester United or Arsenal so I can go to those stadiums. That's all I'm hoping for. And then obviously I get all the home games here. I go to every.
You would beat Man United right now. Let's be real,
Steve. If we don't, I'll rage. That's all
I would too. Yeah.
I would rage. But big up to everybody. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Give your predictions if you haven't done so already in the comments down below. And maybe we'll get Steve on in the future and kind of discuss about maybe actually what is really the 5th best league in Europe. That would be, I think, a good discussion.
It's all opinion. It's all opinion.
Yeah, of course, it's all opinion, Steve. But like we could do like different categories. Okay, maybe this league is better at this. This league is better at that. So we can have a good discussion about it. Because obviously, we're all gonna have different opinions, and we think this and this and that. But we can have like an educated discussion about it. People on you have a different opinion. I want to hear you guys. In today's world, it's good to have discussion, and you don't have to always agree with somebody. You can have difference of opinions.
The boring ass world if we all agreed on everything.
Exactly. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world, and adios. And hopefully, maybe there will be a watch along for Bodo Glimt against Dynamo. Because if there's any game I'm going to do a watch along, it is that one. So stay tuned for that, people. Adios, and have a